Hello YouTube, DBTGamer here, and welcome to another DBTGamer special. Now, at the end of my last video, I teased an unboxing of a newer figurine. First things first, I want to make an apology. Sorry for taking so long to make a newer unboxing video. I've been doing a lot of hours at work lately, and regular life gets in... well, unfortunately got in the way of fun life. So... now I finally got some free time, I can now make this video. Anyway, without further delay, which figure am I opening today? This one. This is what I am very excited to open. This is my Devil May Cry Dante figure made by Player Select and Nensa? I think I pronounced that right, but I could be wrong. Company names are hard. Well, let's have a look at the box then. Capcom, choking as the logos. Do not put this in a child's mouth because they may die. Ages 17 and up. Lots of cool writing on the sides and a golden orb. I think that's what they call in the game. It's here. Whilst I play Devil May Cry, but I do love the series. I have played each game at least, I'm gonna say 3 or 4 times. And on the back we have Dante's backstory, which I will not read because anybody who knows who Dante is will already know his backstory and how much of a badass, cool character he is. There's pictures of the figurine and a few poses and some accessories. Apparently this figure has 30 points of articulation, which I have to say is rather impressive. And there's also a picture of one of Dante's... I'm not so sure how to describe Trish. Is she a love interest? Is she a friend? Or are they just work colleagues? Because throughout the games you don't really see that much of that sort of thing. And the anime doesn't really shine any light on it either. So, yeah, I'd say they're close friends, work colleagues. That's my best guess, with maybe some sort of attraction. Anyway, let's open this thing. Now, one thing that's quite interesting is this. It has Velcro, so you can open the thing and you can actually look at what the figure looked like in the store before you actually bought it, which I thought was really impressive. I actually saw this first in Forbidden Planet sometime last year, and I didn't buy one because I thought it was pretty expensive, and I was waiting for the price to drop. But then the figure stopped being sold at Forbidden Planet, and it became a little bit more difficult to find. So eventually I decided that, well, it's a lot of money there, but you bought the Snake figure, which was about £25. This one is pretty much the same price. Go for it because it's not going to get any cheaper. I had to order it off Amazon. It took a few weeks to get it, but I did finally get what I wanted. And yeah, I am actually pretty impressed with this thing. You get some nice accessories. Anyway, I'm going to get Dante out and then we can have a look more closely. Give me a few moments to unleash the deadly cutter jaws. Right, I think I've done it. The deadly cutter jaws have done their job, and they are satisfied with their lust to cut things. Come on, there we go, twisty ties, removed. Okay, let's go to the accessories first, because there'll be the things to do. There's 2 pistols, these are ebony and ivory, respectively. The best handguns that you can get in the entire Devil May Cry series. They're the only handguns you can get now that I think about it, but they are very classic and very iconic and very badass. But they do have one small flaw. When you're using Ebon and Ivory, 9 times out of 10 you'll be mashing the fire button like crazy, and you will probably give yourself carpal tunnel syndrome. Either that, or your handle will start having a fit because it's been pressing the button too much. Yes. Several finger injuries I've had from playing Devil May Cry. Note to self, try and find a PS3 control with the turbo function. That might help when next time I play. There's also some sparky things which make the guns look like they're firing. I'm not so sure if these sparky things are compatible with all the guns. I will figure it out once I take these things out. And there's also 2 hands, which look like they can be put onto the figurine once you detach the other hands. I hope they're not too difficult to detach because I don't want this thing to fall apart. As you may remember from a previous video, the snake figurine was rather flimsy. And also, there's Dante's big, badass sword. Right. Alright, let's get Dante out of the box and then we'll have a look at him. Also, one thing I forgot to mention, there's also the double-barreled shotgun from Devil May Cry 1. This figurine itself is obviously Dante from the first Devil May Cry, which is definitely one of my favourite incarnations of the character. Right, just give me a moment to get everything out. Right. Also, one thing I forgot to mention, there's a little background of like a throne which I have to say looks somewhat gothic and menacing. But it looks nice. It fits the theme of the figure. Anyway, on to Dante himself. Dante himself, he is pretty tall. Let me just grab my rule and I'll check how tall he is. Alright, after the measuring, Dante stands, I'm going to say about 18, 19 centimeters tall. For you Americans out there who still use imperial measures, that's roughly 7.5 inches max. So there's an idea of how tall this guy is. The cape itself, that does not move at all. It just stays sort of fanned out to the side, which looks like it's sort of blowing in the wind. Okay, let's see what actually moves here. Alright, the leg moves. The knee. 1 second. The knee bends in 2 places, so you can do the epic falcon knee, because Dante can totally do the falcon knee. The ankle joint pivots. It doesn't bend. It's mostly because of the boot, I'm pretty sure. I need to bend the leg down again. I've just noticed the joints are rather stiff, although I'm kind of thankful for that, because the last figure, the snake figure, that was somewhat flimsy, and this being a little bit more stiffer is somewhat more pleased when it comes to posing the thing, because the snake figure, I was worried that it was going to fall apart at any moment when I was trying to do the previous video, but yeah, in comparison, this thing is a lot more stiffer and a lot more easy to pose. The arms themselves, sort of shoulder joint, elbow joint, wrist joint, which pivots, and it's all very nice. Now the other arm is the same, but it is somewhat different because the cape's in the way, so you could put it behind the cape, but it has a little bit less freedom to move because of the epic coat that Dante has. The head itself, it moves left, right, and I think you can spin it around so you can do the iconic I see everything. So play nice. Yeah. It does go up and down a little bit, but not much. It's mostly just a twisty I see everything head. And I like the hair as well. It's very long and very silvery and Dante. But yeah, overall I'm pretty pleased with this figure. This is one of my favourite incarnations of Dante. I'm going to talk about a few more things here. Before I get onto poses, the Devil May Cry series. Devil May Cry 1 is my favourite, and this is probably my favourite costume for Dante. I do like Devil May Cry 2, although a lot of people seem to think that Devil May Cry 2 is a bit of an oddball, but I like it. Devil May Cry 3, young Dante is very cocky, and I'm not a big fan of the whole shitless thing. Devil May Cry 4, I do like that costume as well. That's a really good one. And then we have Devil May Cry, or DMC Devil May Cry. Yep, I am not a fan of the extremely young, cocky, teenage douchebag new age Dante that they invented after they sort of what's a good word here? Put the old series on hiatus? Yeah, I'm going with hiatus, because they could come back and make a new Devil May Cry game, although since it's been so long since the last Devil May Cry game, it seems unlikely. Although I did play the Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition recently on my PS4, and I had a lot of fun playing with all the different characters, especially Lady. It was fun to mess around with all her different guns and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, on to some poses. Right, after fitting down the figure and repositioning myself with my camera and my chair, this is the first pose I wanted to do with Dante with his double-barreled badass shotgun, and because Dante doesn't give a crap about recoil, he can just hold it in one hand and just blow anything he wants away. Demons beware, because you are pretty much screwed. One thing I did notice when I was trying to get the figure to stand up, the cape itself is rather heavy, so Dante, unless you have something like a stack of DVDs, preferably one with Beautiful Joe on top, very important, he tends to fall over and stagger like a drunken person at a pub. But with some perseverance and some help from Beautiful Joe, I managed to get the figure to stand up and pose epically with a shotgun and with the spark things. Anyway, on to the next pose. Right, a few discoveries have been made whilst doing this pose. This is Dante holding one of the pistols. I'm not so sure which one is which, but I do know that the pistols are both called Ebony and Ivory. The spark things, they fit on both the shotgun and the pistols, which I have to say is a very cool feature, because the snake... Oops, I've chopped one. Okay, rescued it. Yeah, as I was saying before, the snake figurine, when I got the sparky effect pieces, they only fitted on the assault rifle, which is very cool and very badass. But those ones did not fit on Snake's handgun, which was a little bit disappointing. Anyway, whilst I was putting this pose together, I thought, I wonder if I can do the dual-wield pose, where Dante does his classic dual-wield with both Ebony and Ivory. So I fumbled through the box and tried to find a second hand that can hold a pistol. And I've played around with it, and I'm pretty sure that you cannot do a dual-wielding pose, which is somewhat disappointing, because you get a hand that looks like this, a hand that looks like that, which is obviously for holding guns. A hand that looks like that looks like he's pointing, I think, or for the sword. And then a hand that also looks like that for the sword. So there's only one hand for the guns, so you can only do Dante holding one gun as opposed to two, which is somewhat disappointing, but this pose I think is pretty good. Anyway, on to my next pose. Okay, here's my second to last pose. This is Dante holding his huge sword and pointing at something that he's going to kill. Because that thing is screwed and it is going to die a very painful and very stabby death. Anyway, on to the final pose. Right, just made a discovery. I can't do the final pose I wanted to do because, again, it always seems like this hand here is capable of holding weapons. So I was going to do like a pose with the handgun, with the sword and the shotgun, which will probably make any demon cry in fear because a sword and a shotgun wielded by Dante is enough to scare the living shit out of any demon who knows who Dante is. Anyway, my finishing thoughts on this figurine. I have to say it's pretty good. I only really have two minor complaints. Complaint number one, I wish the figure was a little bit more well balanced. It is a little bit tricky to stand up due to the long trench coat that Dante wears, but with some thinking it's doable. Complaint number two, I kind of wish the thing had a second hand so it could hold things in the left and right hand so you could do dual wielding poses. But other than that, this Devil May Cry Dante figure from Devil May Cry 1 is a very good figure, and I would say it's definitely well worth buying. Now, if you're gonna get one, I would get one quickly before these things skyrocket in price. On the internet, I have seen them anywhere in between £20 and £30, and there's also postage as well slapped on top of that. So, if you want one, get one of these things as soon as possible because those numbers are only likely to get higher because this figure is becoming a lot more difficult to find in shops, so you probably will have to go to either eBay or Amazon, respectively. Anyway, I will see you guys next video. Bye.